Hello and welcome to Millwall Fan TV. This is your pre-match prediction for Millwall's away trip to Adams Park on Saturday to face Wycombe Wanderers. Before we start the video, if you could hit the like button and subscribe to Millwall Fan TV, both are always massively appreciated. Let's get straight into it really. Let's talk about Wycombe, a bit about Wycombe. Wycombe have two former Millwall players in Jason McCarthy and Fred Onyedinma. Let's talk about Jason McCarthy first. Obviously Millwall signed him in in the summer transfer window just before the 2019-2020 season. He was signed by Neil Harris for a fee of around 400,000, I think it was. I'm not quite sure on that, don't quote me on that. I think it's about that. But never really got going at Millwall, unfortunately. Played a couple of cup games, but then was loaned back out to Wycombe Wanderers in January, and therefore has signed for them on a permanent deal. It was a bit of a weird one to be honest. I thought he was a good player actually when he came in. I thought he looked like a good player. But then Rowett came in, didn't really use him, and then therefore he went back out on loan. Went on loan to Wycombe. He played against Newport, and I didn't think he was that great. And then obviously James Brown came on, and I thought James Brown looked better than him. However, he's obviously a good player. He's doing well at Wycombe again, and it's just unfortunate it didn't work out for him at Millwall. But the second player is Fred Onyedinma. We all know very, very well. I think his attitude was not the best, apparently. But he got given his chances, and in the end, he just ran out of chances. And I don't think Millwall was the right place for him, and therefore he was signed by Wycombe, and he's done really well there since he's gone there. So there's a bit of inside of Wycombe. But let's get into the Millwall team that I hope that Gary Rowett will choose to start the game on Saturday. So here it is. In goal, Bartosz Białkowski. The same back three as always, Hutchinson, Pearce and Cooper. Marlon Romeo and Scott Malone as wing-backs, Woods and Leonard in the middle, and up top we're going to go with Jed, Bradshaw and Bennett. So there's your team. Pretty regular starting lineup. Same as against Swansea, same against Brentford. So we do like to stick with the same team, with the same squad, and I don't see any harm in that. But before we talk about anything else, we'll talk about prediction or anything. Obviously, the transfer window has not closed yet. Closes tomorrow at 5 p.m. So you're watching this on a Thursday, I'm filming this on a Wednesday. So when you're watching this, it'll be tomorrow at 5 p.m. But yeah, so we could bring in, I don't know, 1-2 more players, something like that. Rowett said he wants a striker, and obviously for Ben Thompson to go out on loan to Portsmouth, he said that he wants to bring in he'd have to bring in another centre midfielder to let Ben Thompson to go out to Portsmouth on loan. So if Ben's going to go out there, we'll be bringing another centre midfielder, but I think the main focus is a striker. But I'm not sure on that, so let's just see what happens. But either way, I don't think if we sign a centre midfielder and a striker, let's say best case scenario, I don't think they'll be on the starting lineup at Adams Park on Saturday. I think they'll probably take a bit of time, get a bit train with the squad, and then maybe next week will be the first game they might feature in. But enough of that. Let's talk a little bit about the international break and the players that our players were on there. So Shane Ferguson, John Daddy Bodvarsson, they all feature for their countries, did really well. Bodvarsson actually got subbed off on Sunday after about 12-15 minutes, so hopefully he's all right. And Shane Ferguson, Mr. Reliable, does well as always. I like Ferguson a lot. I think he's a really good squad player for us. And hopefully they're both fit. Let's get into a prediction. So here it is. My prediction for Saturday's game is Wycombe Wanderers 0, Millwall 2. I'm feeling confident. However, obviously Wycombe's run of 4 games, 4 losses and no goals is good. However, it doesn't strike me with confidence. Any Millwall fan would feel the same. Every Millwall fan would feel the same. We turn up to a team that hasn't won all year, hasn't even scored a goal. It doesn't look good. It's like that's a real Millwall way to lose that sort of game. But under Gary Rowett, we beat Rotherham the other day. Really hoping we can do the same at Adams Park. So there's my score prediction. But that's about it from me. Thank you for watching, and if you could do as always, please give a thumbs up. They're always massively appreciated. Without further ado, come on you Lions.